Aries, this is going to be looking into the energy that's around you, any guidance, anything that is needing to be focused on, challenges. All right, so let's get into it. Welcome if you're new here. So this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Hope you're all amazing. All right, so we're all in this collectively, right? This is all about the journey within, really understanding it's all about the bigger picture, and things are not done to us but for us to really be that observer, really be really learning to inspire moving forward and be inspired by movement, be inspired by directions, changes. Aries, you are that leader, that bold fire sign. Mars being action. You are truly the sign of fearless, right? I feel like it's a brave warrior energy. All right, so look at the past for a challenge. Ooh, dragon. Maybe like learning, okay. Dragon is a spirit card. This is higher learning. The dragon spirit comes in when we are shown that higher power. The power within us, it's always been there. The power within you, Aries, has always been there. This is me. I feel like the energy of Aries, you're so bold and so structured with your tactics, your skills, what you utilize your energy towards, very powerful. So I feel like the challenge is facing allowing anything to penetrate through what you are striving for. So I feel like this is calling you to let yourself be open to things maybe you don't know all the answers to. Not to fear what we can't see. This is maybe truly opening your eyes and your mind and your vision, like the visionary on the quest for a greater purpose. Maybe having to do things in a different way of structure, routine, thinking something is always done one way, and this is having to allow another form of wisdom to show you a different way. So this is maybe subconsciously challenging you and what you've always feel like this is going towards instincts, following your instincts and trusting something maybe you didn't believe in, like a divination, believing in the unseen. Ooh, those shot out. I'm not going to take them, but let's look. Owl. Yeah, working your webs from a higher perspective and using the wisdom. It's like working with instead of the fire and being bold, and I feel like this is the energy of knowing how large you are, knowing how strong and like Aries, you're very, you're forced to be reckoned with. You are the first house of the zodiac, so you are the leader. You are the one that pushes through, the one that is always called to action and is proud to do that. You're brave, strength, but I feel like this is asking you to use your inner strength. So this is almost like flexing a different muscle, flexing a muscle with like patience, being patient. Like the less you say, the more, less is more. Okay, the Scorpion. So in the present, your opportunity to grow, the advice is to not allow when you, okay, Scorpio is water, a Scorpio is water, but it's also the energy of going into the depths of the darks and always being able to transform and change, like fearless, you know. Scorpio is relentless. It's able to grow the most in the dark. So this is the energy of not needing others' help, but I feel like sometimes when we can always tackle things on our own. So Aries as the leader, tackling things on your own can sometimes cause you to sting yourself in the end. Being too dodgy of other people's advice or help, having to ask for help, having to doing something completely out of your nature, which is that change, that transformation, is the greatest changes. So I feel like the challenge is needing to let some other kind of awareness in. Let some kind of other way to grow other than, I feel like it's the quiet, needing to not grow within the actions, but grow within the understanding. Connecting to expanding the way you see things, the way you look at growth, shedding an old belief, an old way of doing things, shedding an old mindset. So being present in the awareness of the transformation and not just biting back, being relentless, being too independent. So your opportunities to grow is allowing other people's help and look at it as an opportunity to build stability, as teamwork is the dream work, right? So I feel like this is changing the way your mind looks at success. There's success in other ways. It's like being resourceful, looking outside the box, not just always having to be the one who takes charge, and it's kind of like having to drop that shield and heal those deep wounds. Challenging that we all have something to grow and we all have fears. So maybe this is this acceptance of not being reactive to advice from others. Don't let your thoughts take out your resources. Don't let your mindset overpower the way you grow, the way you succeed, the way you don't want to poison the energy that you're trying to heal. It's being the frog. Frog is the energy of being very adaptable. The water and land, growing within circumstances, and being resilient. Jumping from the water and being able to adapt in the water, and then the land as well. So utilizing both worlds. Being independent is your opportunity to grow. Is not being independent is something where you always grow in the dark and you create the light, but don't make this a toxic behavior where that's the only way you can grow, right? There is expansion and consciousness as well, and being able to be adaptable to our shadows and our lights, that even when you're transforming and changing evolution, and I mean the scorpion is Pluto, so it's like that the slowest transformations, but they're the deepest. They're the stuff that most people don't want to deal with, right? So it's that deep wounds. So growth within the wounds, there's growth within the cycles, to challenge your mind and do things about a different way. And that's adapting that. Don't poison the energy which you are also creating. Crow, the future, inspiration, your higher purpose. It's to grow within the darker places and create the light, but don't let these dark places become you, and how you end up just staying in these dark places and growing powerful and strength, and letting that overtake the light that don't let your transformation. It's all about the transformation and the cocoon to the butterfly, but there's stages that the cocoon has to go through to get to the butterfly. And it's almost like without those intentful stages, the butterfly wouldn't be able to successfully be completed. And I feel like it's like rushing to the end, and it's about how things get done, and it's not just about doing things and getting the result, but creating a lot more problems along the way. Make sure you're growing from the situation. You're able to zoom out. It's like you need to be able to, it's the energy of, so your greatest achievement is when you are transforming, but you are doing it with intent, and you're doing it without like cheating or cutting corners, or like it's like the Scorpio, it's healing, and it's healing the collective, but don't create more wounds that you have to heal later by doing these, right? Don't be too snippy. Don't get caught up in the darkness that you are healing, and let that become you. Know that the poison that you hold, the transformation, the toxic energy, the light that you hold can also be toxic. So make sure that you are using it without regret, without cause and effect. Don't let what you are healing cause you to do things that are worse than what you're healing, right? And then we end up with more issues, more. So it's the ancestors' energy coming in, that can be it's like the wounded warrior, where you're strong and you have done so much work, but your journey is about evolving and bringing consciousness to light. It's not just about healing and move out of my way, I know what I'm doing, It's about showing others. So it's the way you go about things, not just about where you end up. It's how you get there, right? The inspiration. So for your success, it's about the transformation where does that leave you, right? Like, what did you do to get to that transformation? Did you do it with utmost growth and learning lessons, and did you do it with your highest purpose? It's to zoom out and see what's best in the higher perspective, to expand your mindset. And there's the owl again. Yeah, so the owl, I feel like that's the energy really wanting to show you and look at a different perspective. Look at a perspective from like an owl. It's night vision, so seeing in the dark. It's like the vision isn't within the sight, like your eyes, but it's within your psyche, your mind, what you're seeing, because we can see something and our eyes can play tricks on us, right? So it's like illusions with things that we see. It's the physical. It's all about the crow, what's leading you to this. What is the transformation? Is it growing you into a higher purpose, or is it leaving you in the energy, and that energy that you are healing at this time, the energy that you are having to go through the lesson so that you can heal, is that, are you becoming that energy? So don't become the poison. Don't let the poison you. Don't be poisoned by the toxicity. All right. So your purpose is to stay looking at the world from a lens of many different layers. And what are you not seeing? Is there something that cycles that are bringing you to the same point and not really building on anything? So that could be that there's something that's missing. There may be some information missing, maybe creating your own thoughts in your head, not having all the information right now. So Nine of Swords is like almost creating your own outcomes, creating your own stress, keeping yourself up at night, thinking nightmares, worst case scenarios, kind of like going into those dark places, and then your mind isn't able to be released from them and bringing it into your own energy. So you're here on a grand mission to know that you're not part of your lessons. You're not what you are here to heal. You are here to create a light at the end of the tunnel, to truly reflect that life is all about learning the lessons and the journey of self-love, expanding that, healing the wounds, the clarity, very masculine energies. So this is this is all about your wishes, your divine wishes coming true. This is like Pisces. This is like having all of your cups in a row, all your ducks in a row. And you are seeing things from a loving perspective, giving love to yourself. This is all about your manifestations, your creations, celebrating your wishes, your dreams, no longer possessing this energy of how you value and how you hold on to cycles, hold on to restraints, not being able to see the full picture. This Two of Swords is needing to choose a crossroads, a decision. Now that it's like you're emotionally tuned in. So mind versus heart. And that's the crossword. The mind versus your heart, the emotional and the logical. And this is like healing the things that have stung you and giving back the alchemy of wishes. What we fear is what we desire, and what we desire is what we fear. Hopes and fears can be the same thing. So the challenge is what you hope for is obviously this higher evolution, the highest, like a dragon is a very large species that can be looked at as very, very scary, but there is something very beautiful and very, this inner strength, inner power of a divine creature that is so mystical, right? And so undiscovered. So the wishes, the fulfillment is in the undiscovered parts about the journey. You've already been hit with all of the stings and all of the pinches of life, but now it's all about now bringing that back. Because once you feel the pain, you can feel that love just as much. So that's all about the wish, is to choose love over fear. And it's like you've already accomplished it. You just need to remove the blinders. What is holding you back? What is holding you stuck in this energy of not being able to decide? And it's the overburdened, being overburdened by holding on to and try to possess things that are needing to think outside the box, needing to move away from this stuck energy of only being able to move one way, only seeing one direction, not being able to see what's truly clear and what's really right in front of you, the path that's right in front of you. Dropping all of the Ten of Wands, dropping all of the burdens and realizing these are not all mine to carry, and that is what you need to let go of. And that is the higher purpose, is the crosswords of life, and letting go of the negative and seeing clearly through the information we're being given and the knowledge, and choosing clarity, choosing to let the communication and information and wisdom that you're receiving not keep you in the dark. All right, so yeah, this is all about your wishes and your desires, just needing to let go of that box, take off the blindfold and make that choice. The choice, you know, we all have that duality. So choose the path that has brought you the furthest and allowed you to see fully what you need to see, giving you that vision, that clarity, and trust that everything that has brought you into this transformation, it was allowing you to grow into a new beginning, cycles of making bold moves and not letting anything hold you back, and not being your own worst enemy by limiting your thought process, limiting your beliefs. All right, Aries. Till next time. Bye. Oh, my foot.